And a very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. A far more sedate start to this week's episode after Jason destroying my eardrums last week. So welcome along to episode 2 of season 2 of Tea and Talks, officially Barbados' favourite baseball card-related podcast with a UK twist. My name is Graham with Shutout Cards. With me as always is Jason. Jason, how are we doing tonight?
What's up? There you go. Blow the eardrums that way.
Blow my eardrums that way. Thanks very much.
Yeah, I'm doing well. Easter break here, so that means I got the kids the next 2 weeks, and yeah, it should be fun. I'm looking forward to it. And got shipment today, so got lots of my cards to look at. I'm thrilled.
Nice one. We'll look forward to seeing the fruits of your labour over the coming days on the socials, I'm sure. So yeah, welcome along. Monday night, we're live as always on Twitch at twitch.tv/Tea and Talks. We're live on Facebook tonight, and I think we're live on YouTube as well. And of course, wherever you're watching along, feel free to get involved in the conversation. We can see your comments regardless of whatever platform you're watching us on. So come and say hello if you're watching along live. Let us know your thoughts and feelings as we walk through this week's episode. A reasonable amount to cover. It's been an interesting week. It's fantastic to have baseball back. We have it's already given us some excellent conversational fodder. Not least the sheer amount of rookies that have broken camp this year. So I guess a slight knock on from the new collective bargaining agreement. We're seeing a lot of rookies making the big league team straight out of camp. There's no games to keep their service time and all that kind of stuff. So that means that they're pretty much guaranteed to have rookie cards and some of the later releases in 2022, and that has already started affecting price of product that we're going to have later this year. So price is always a hot button issue. We've discussed it probably 100 times, and always tried to remain cautious when compared to some of the other sports that baseball still remains good value, but it's getting increasingly difficult to maintain that argument. So already we're seeing the price of Topps Chrome, which is usually one of the first products that has the new rookies in. The price of Topps Chrome is headed for the moon. So hobby box is currently sitting at $500 for a hobby box. So that's 24 packs of 4 cards, so 96 total cards. And you get 2 autographs in that box as well. And they're topping out around $500 on pre-order right now. They also do a jumbo variant, so 12 packs of 13 cards, so 156 total cards. And 5 autographs, and they are currently sitting on pre-order at around $1,000 US. So thanks very much to the Kansas City Royals, to the Chicago Cubs, to the Seattle Mariners. Can't think of any other ones fit. But yeah, so we're already seeing that. Well, it's great that these kids are getting a chance straight out the gate. We're already seeing a knock-on effect in car prices towards later in the year once the new once the rookie cars are printed and I guess added to these products. So yeah, good start to the year, right?
You forget about Stephen Kwan, the red hot rookie for the Indians. Oh, sorry, Guardians. Not even the Indians.
Guardians.
The Guardians. Wow, that's the first slip up. We're like 3 days into the season.
Already called them the Indians. Yeah, we'll be getting letters.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. Everyone's going, who's Stephen Kwan? Well, he's gone 8 for 10 to start the season so far. So, and he's an Oregon State guy, so I like him.
I say, there you go. Wow.
Yeah. There's always got to be a tie into something. So there you go.
8 for 10. So he's batting 800 to start the season. Well, New York Mets fans will have him within the air. Well, New York Mets fans will have that as his batting average for the entire year because all New York Mets fans appear to think they're going to go 162-0 right now, which is kind of hilarious. But yeah, so that's kind of a shame. I mean, it's kind of good and kind of bad, I guess. But yeah, we did think. I mean, there's other factors, I guess, contributing to price, which spoke a little bit about last week. Just the way the way of the world at the moment. Unfortunately, with the price of utilities being way up, price of logistics is high, price of raw materials is high. But yeah, having these red hot rookie cards starting to appear in 2022 products is starting to really push that price, and it's going to get more difficult to argue case of. I mean, it's not quite what was it? We was spotted last week when we were chatting.
Wrestling.
Wrestling. Yeah, WWE cards, Panini Prism cards at $1,000 a box. So we're not quite at the $1,000 hobby box state yet, but we're at half of that. That's worrying.
But you got to figure if you're buying wrestling cards. I mean, what scrubs are in there? Like you're not getting a Shed Long card in there. You're not, how many small guys are making that list? I'll be honest, besides The Rock, I don't actually know any wrestlers.
The Undertaker just got inducted into the Hall of Fame last night or 2 nights ago or something, I think.
See, like I said, so you're not going to get these scrubs in that pack. You're getting all stars in there. You're not getting some B-list guy that does the Alabama circuit. You're going to get all stars in there. So
yeah, we need to get Drew on to talk WWE cards. He's my go-to for wrestling related content. So yeah, I mean, like I say, for a good long time, baseball was like the last refuge of comparatively well-priced product when compared to other sports. But this year could be starting to put pay to that, unfortunately. What else did we see this week? So Topps Inception, which we spoke about at length last week, which at the time was sitting around $190, $200 a box. So it got released on Topps UK. I think 6 days after it got its US release, it got released here, which is a little bit out of step. Topps UK still appears to be a bit random with the release. For a while, they were fairly regular that a new release product on a Wednesday would get a Friday release in the UK, but this one came out 6 days after for seemingly no good reason. But quite well priced at comparatively, again, quite well priced at £135 for a box. I mean, with the exchange rate just now, like $190, which is what Leighton's were selling it for. At the time, that worked out to about £146 on like the good market exchange rate. Like PayPal's going to be significantly worse than that. So 135 in the UK is actually a really good price. I didn't check today to see if there was any left or if it had sold out or not, but it's not bad. I mean, 135 for 7 cards, but yeah, all right, cool. I was going to do it the other way around.
Okay. I think they're cool. Like I said, I just wish they were cheaper. And
yeah,
like said, 140 per box. I'm not going to buy it and sit on it. So
no. It's been quite divisive again. Like a lot of people saying they like the geometric design. Like I'm quite a fan of the design this year. I think the color palette leaves a lot to be desired, but I'm colorblind, so don't take my advice on colors too seriously. But I quite like the geometric design over like previous years where they've done like a sort of color splash, sort of spray paint kind of idea. I think this year's one looks a little bit fresher. Certainly from watching interior design shows, geometrics seem to be very in at the moment. So Topps seem to be right on trend with interior design by using geometric patterns on their cards. But yeah, I mean, Inception's like that. They either it's a real Marmite product, and again, there seems to be just as many people not liking it this year as there has been in years past, despite the design being quite different.
Well, I think I'm going to take your advice and build that set one by one, and then save myself a ton of money.
That's it, man. Yeah, you can pick up base singles for like $4 on eBay. I mean, rookies and stuff will cost you more, but yeah, 140 a box, even though you get 2 parallels plus like the relic and stuff. Still, yeah, just pick up the ones you want in the secondary market.
Cool. So currently on Topps UK Marketplace, you can get Topps Heritage. You can get the factory set of the 2021 complete set. Obviously, Inception's still up there. Heritage High and Opening Day.
Opening Day is still here is still a really great price as well. I'm surprised more of the buyers in the States haven't been hoovering up our Opening Day, because it's $70 odd bucks from the likes of Dave and Adams and Blowout and stuff like that. And it's only £35 here. So depending on how much they want for shipping, it's pretty good value buying it from the UK. But maybe people aren't hunting down Opening Day that much. Actually opened some Opening Day on Friday past in our little break group to celebrate Opening Day. We did a free break of of a box of 2022 opening day. It's pretty fun product. You know, it's just it's like Diet Flagship. It's exactly the same design as Flagship, but on like slightly less premium paper stock. It's pretty cool, and you get mascot cards in it, and you can get relic cards that have got dirt from various stadiums and stuff in them. It's pretty fun. There's some pretty fun stuff to find in there. We didn't hit anything massive in the box that we opened, but it's still pretty fun.
I would say that I like the whole idea of a mascot card. I think that's a lot of fun.
Yeah, the mascot cards are cool. I like the idea of getting like a dirt relic as well. Some people would argue it's better than just a plain one color patch that you get in some of these high end products. You know, at least you've got a bit of dirt or a bit of grass or something. That's actually kind of cool.
So why don't you get the dirt, say like Yankee Stadium, and then get the patch from Aaron Judge, and then rub it togeter, and you create your own ones.
Yeah. Listen, don't give people ideas. We've had eye black cards. They were pretty cool. I can't remember what product that came out of, but what else have we had? I remember making a joke about, what's going to be next? We're going to have like people's eyebrows or stuff in cards. So like, oh yeah, like they've done like DNA cards or something in it. I can't remember exactly what it was. I should have looked it up, but I didn't know this is where the conversation was going to go. As always, the conversation has meandered on. But yeah, they've already done something like that in the past. I was like, oh man, that's kind of wild. But yeah, the eye black cards are pretty cool. You know, the eye black stickers, they were pretty dope. Yeah, the only relics that are coming out of Yankee Stadium right now are just the tears of Yankee fans because Aaron Judge won't sign a contract.
that might be a blessing because he's actually young.
I know it used to be the money was one was astronaut. Somebody had done like a breakdown on Twitter about comparing what he had asked for versus like all the other massive contracts like Mookie Betts and stuff about what they had left and how egregiously high his demands were. Like he was, I can't remember the number, so I'm not going to say them, but it was like 20% more than I think the Yankees had offered, and it was extra years as well. And as somebody quite rightly pointed out, it's like, why are the Yankees going to bid against themselves? Like, because nobody else is, I don't think, going to be throwing that kind of those 8-9 year contracts at $350+ million at Aaron Judge. It's probably only going to be the Yankees. He keeps saying he wants to be a Yankee forever. So it's like the Red Sox are going to sweep in and get their checkbook out, and he'll be like, "All right, see ya, I'm off to Fenway."
He's going to go join the Twins.
Yeah, probably, yeah, because we'll pay for somebody else. We'll overpay for somebody else from the Twins so they can get one of the players that we would rather have had.
Saying that Gio Urshela is off to a hot start for the Twins.
Is he? Can't believe that. It's still the maddest deal. Whatever. So over it. So there we go. Other new release stuff is mainly Panini. There's I think Panini Stars and Stripes came out, which is like even a pre-college product. They have high school kids in that product. Yeah, so it's fairly niche if you're into collecting like high school. It sounds a bit dodgy if you're into collecting high school kids and college players. Like I think there's like a USA baseball program or something like that, and it's the college and high school kids who make that program. They get cards done. Watched a few breaks of it. It's quite an interesting product, but these kids aren't drafted or anything, so there's no major league affiliations or anything like that. So it's beyond prospecting, with Bowman and such. Like, at least these guys are drafted and then they get their cards done. But this is like, pre-draft, pre-college for some of these kids. So good luck to them.
You never know. There was a story about the guy who liked Tom Brady because he saw him play for Michigan and bought his card for like $3 and it's now worth $50,000 now. So
there you go, man. Yeah, you're always gonna get them.
Yep, you just buy a pack and steal it. You never know who you get.
Yeah, it's like it's loaded as well. When you look at it, I think it's got something ridiculous, like 8 autographs in it, and they're like, I don't know, $80-$90 a box or something. So it's not like, again, comparatively speaking, compared to every other product, it's it represents somewhat good value. You're getting a ton of autographs of kids who might go to the moon. Yeah, so if you're into that prospecting side of the hobby, that could be quite a fun one.
So yeah, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense for baseball. I can see it for basketball because you can jump straight from high school to the pros in there and do decently. I mean, jumping straight from the pros or from the high school there, it's only been done by a handful of people.
Yeah,
and even less even done it well.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, so it's fair enough you can do it, but how successful are you at the same time? I mean, again, I think we touched last week on the games that Bryce Harper's parents played to get him in the draft early doors. So that was one way of doing it. But yeah, I mean, you hear about high school kids getting drafted, especially pitchers and stuff, right? They tend to draft pitchers out of high school. Even then, a lot of these guys, even though they get drafted, they'll still be like, well, nah, I've got like a scholarship to go to whatever university, so they go away and do university first. But yeah, it's interesting. It's like I say, it's a pretty interesting product if you're in that kind of thing, and I guess comparatively it offers some value. But
like I said, there's more cards there. I mean, like I said, there are Major League Lacrosse cards, so why not high school cards?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's a set. It's been around for a while. This Stars and Stripes. It's called. It's been around for a while. I've bought a few in the past, but I think it was because people wanted me to get them in for them. So I haven't opened any of the stuff myself. But yeah, there's a market for this. A market for everything, really.
Huh. Yeah, it'd be interesting. You know what? We'll have a chat off air about this because I'm actually very curious. Because you could have somebody who is like a 3-sport athlete that might have a baseball card and might end up in the NFL.
Yeah, you never know. Yeah, I'm sure there'd be cases of that for sure. Yeah. So I don't.
Like Patrick Mahomes, like I said, his dad was a Major League Baseball player, and he was playing both sports, and then obviously chose football. So there could be some of that dual sport athlete that's like that.
Yeah. I can almost guarantee it's probably happened. I mean, and some of these guys, like some of the guys, the major stars at the moment, they have cards going back as far as Stars and Stripes, but they just don't seem, like I say, it's all about that rookie card or that first Bowman card. Any sort of pre-rookie stuff, way more difficult to sell. I don't really understand why, but yeah, it seems odd. You think like if you got their actual first card, that would be worth more than like a rookie card that could be like their 10th card, but I don't know. I'm no expert on the industry. We find out every week.
yeah. Again, I guess the Wander Franco has broke the what is a rookie card this year. So no one knows.
Yeah, that conversation seems to come up. There seems to be some weird case for what is a rookie card every year, every couple of years at least. Like Rosa Reina was in that discussion as well. Seemed to have. It felt like every year he had a rookie card for like 3 years. I don't know what it was about it. Maybe because he switched teams during his rookie year. Maybe that's what threw a lot of people off. But yeah, there's always this discussion about what exactly constitutes a rookie card. But I don't know. I don't know what the official definition is. We should look at it for a future episode. That's maybe a good idea. Yeah, so that covers new release news. Not really anything else coming out. I think there's it's next week until we get the next product, and I can't remember what that product is, but I will be on top of it for next week for sure. So moving on from new release to I can't think of a good segue. Topps Now, which is new because it's new every day, so that's almost a segue. Topps Now is something we haven't really discussed too much on the show in the past. It's a bit I guess one of these niche things. You get people who all they do is collect Topps Now cards. They don't seem to be well loved by the marketplace. Again, I don't really understand why, because there's some fairly cool cards that come out as Topps Now cards. So if you're not familiar, highlights from the previous days, Major League Baseball games will come out the following day as a Topps Now card. And it comes out in base variants, and you can get autographs, and you can get relics and all that kind of stuff as well. Base cards are $10 each this year, which I think is an increase. Autographs sort of start from about 200, 250, and then go north from there. So, but yeah, pretty fun things. You'll probably get, if you get the Topps email every day, you'll see what today's Topps Now cards are. So I've been buying Topps Now cards already this year, because there's been four, I guess, notable rookies getting like what should be their first proper rookie card. So Bobby Witt Jr., of course, Seiya Suzuki. We did a workshop on how to pronounce his name correctly right before the start of the show. So Seiya Suzuki, the Japanese free agent who signed with the Cubs. Seth Beer for the
D-backs.
Diamond. Oh, I see. I thought it was, and then I was scared to commit for the Diamondbacks, and J-Rod as well, of course. They've all had their first Topps Now cards, which is technically speaking, I believe all of their first rookie cards. So I didn't pick up J-Rod because I've been away over the weekend and I didn't remember to check my email. So I didn't get a J-Rod one, but I did manage to pick up Bobby Witt Jr.'s, Seiya Suzuki's, and Seth Beers. So I think I've done okay there.
There was part of a 7-pack. There was a good 7-pack there that was a good deal on it.
It was a decent 7-pack. I was really on the fence about the 7 because I wanted 3 of them, and the other 4 I was like, if there had been one that I really wanted, then that would have pushed me over. And if I was like, well, I want more than 50% of the pack, I'll just buy the pack. But I didn't, so I went with 5 packs of each of those cards. So I have 5 Bobby Witts, 5 Seiya Suzuki's, and 5 Seth Beers, rather than picking up the 7-pack.
That's fair.
I was close. I was close to it.
But it was good. Like I said, there was a lot of first cards for players. So why not?
Yeah. I think Topps Now's probably had a bit of a bumper start to the year. A lot of people doing the same thing. And we saw the other cool one that we saw coming out of the minor leagues. Got a Topps Now card as well. Was the Yankees single A, I think she is, or high A, Rachel Balkovich. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Who got a card to commemorate the first woman to manage an affiliated baseball game, which I believe she won as well. So that's pretty cool. So she had a Topps Now card out over the weekend. And there were autos as well, yeah.
There was autos as well.
So that's very, very cool. The autographs went exceptionally quickly. I mean, the autographed Topps Now cards always do go really quick because there are super limited numbers. I think the highest numbered is out of 150, and then it goes down from there. So there's not all that many available in total anyway. And
99. It's
even worse. Wow,
it's
99 and then lower. So yeah, so like there's not maybe 200, less than 200 total autograph cards available for Topps Now. So yeah, they always go lightning fast.
So not only that, it's the people who are like the platinum members. They get first dibs on that there. So because our old friend Twins Jake popped up.
Oh God, yes, his name was popular this week. Yeah,
and he popped up there, and apparently like he gets first dibs on these things. So if you're a platinum member, you get the first dibs on these things before they even go to the public. So even like the 101, you didn't have a chance. There was no out there. So it was a bit of a quick one. So if you were interested in having like a Bobby Witt, or you were interested in the Seiya Suzuki or like that, they were gone. You didn't no chance.
Yeah. I saw Laura commented there that she neglected to pick up her Seth Beer Topps Now. So I do have 5 of them, Laura. I'll let you know when I get them, and you're welcome to have one as well, because you're the only Diamondbacks fan I know. It's a shame you missed out. So yeah, I'll give you a shout when I get mine. And yeah, you can have one of mine.
So
yeah, so there you go. So there's Topps Now. So maybe we should start paying a bit more attention to Topps Now, because it seems like it's an aspect of Topps cards that, like I say, we haven't really covered too much up until now. So it'd be fun. It'd be good to keep an eye on.
So we're forgetting that it was the first minor league Topps Now card as well.
Is that right? I wasn't too sure. I very quickly went to fact check that before the start of the show, and I couldn't get a definitive answer on it. But it wouldn't surprise me, actually. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. It's a very cool card, though.
Yeah, agreed. I'd be curious if we get more kind of Topps Now cards. Like, would you buy a Savannah Bananas card if it popped up in the Topps Now?
Maybe. I mean, their TikTok's good enough for me. I don't know if I need their cards.
Yeah, okay, but so like, they'll have their Irish Heritage one where they play in the kilt. Now, tell me you wouldn't get a guy's playing baseball in a kilt card just for shits and giggles.
That's fair. Yeah, it probably would.
Yeah. There'll be some odd promotions there, and I would probably buy one just for a laugh.
To be fair, it's like
mines are fun.
Yeah, having Topps Now cards of some of these wacky promotions that minor league teams come out with, like those would be pretty cool. Those would be pretty fun. Like the Staten Island Pizza Rats is always one that sticks out for me, just because I have the hat. But That was one of the more famous minor league promotions where they rebranded the team as the Pizza Rats, following a viral video of a rat that was the size of a cat, basically pulling a massive slice of pizza down a street in I don't know if it was in Staten Island or if it was in Manhattan. I think it was in Manhattan, but yeah. So they rebranded themselves the Pizza Rats. It's like brilliant. That's quality. And they had Italian Heritage Night as well. They changed their mascot to a cannoli playing baseball, and I have that cap as well. Staten Island Yankees were all over it, man. I'm so sad they're gone. Such a shame. But the good news is their ballpark lives on as an independent team playing at Staten Island now. So the ballpark survives. Probably the best ballpark in New York, I would say.
Ooh, that's a bold claim, but
that's a bold claim. But the view's outstanding. You can sit high behind home plate, and you look right out over the Hudson. You've got the Manhattan skyline all in the background. It's amazing. It's such a great view. Such a great view.
One of these days, I'll convince the wife to go to New York. We'll go see a game there.
Absolutely. Well worth it. You'd be watching independent ball these days. But yeah, it's good. It's because there was talk of it all getting knocked down, and I think that would have been a real shame. But, so it's nice that another team came along and took it over. So yeah, watch out for more Topps Now content. Of course, Topps Now is available across all of Topps licenses as well. So the soccer cards do really well in the UK. I know that, but so yeah, worth looking out for. So as well as another online exclusive then, and we're back talking about Project 70 once more.
Yeah, so we told you about our buddy who was punching holes in Mookie Betts cards. Well, he's changed his game up now and is now the Vlad Guerrero cards. He's punching holes in now. So he is driving the prices to the moon, as he likes to say.
To the moon.
To the moon. And and it's driving all the Mookie, or not all the Mookie, all Alex Bregman cards up in price there. So as soon as he posted his first video of him having just under 100 cards and him obviously punching a hole in Vlad Guerrero's face, cards had doubled, if not tripled in price there. So if you don't have one, you're not getting one cheap. It's gone.
Yeah, not right now. You're not until all this idiocy blows over. Is it you? I'm starting to have my doubts. I'm starting to think it's you, and you just haven't told me.
You saw that carpet. You know I have no carpet in my house, so you've seen that automatically eliminates my place as the place to go do it at there. No, I didn't invest in cards, but I mean this guy's just spending stupid money. Like he's paying above retail price for these cards and then punching holes in them. I mean, it'd be nice to have say what $5,000 just to kind of have some fun and punch holes in these things. He's bought 10 foils of each. Those aren't cheap. One of the Mookie Betts foils sold for $1,500 the other day. So he had to buy them when they're cheap.
So dumb.
So
I mean, my argument, my position hasn't changed from last week. I still think it's idiocy of the highest order. From following some of the stuff on Twitter about it and seeing other people commenting and some of the US collector groups about this dude as well. Like 50% think like me, and the guy's just like, it's idiocy, and like the numbers for what he's doing, the numbers don't even stack up. We sort of did a bit of a breakdown of this last week, but if you've got Pardee was one of the, or has pretty much the highest print runs of all cards.
He basically did 30% of the print runs himself.
Of the entire project, yeah. And this is only removing 100 from that print run. Now that's, as percentages go, a very small amount. So if you're removing 100 cards out of a print run of 5,000, that's what. God, I'm so tired. I can't even do the math on it.
We won't even go there.
Like 5%. It's not even 5%. Not even 5%. So you're only and yet somehow these actions are tripling the price of the card. It doesn't make any sense. From like 2%. That's how my stupid or that's how my very logical brain thinks of it. It's like, if you have 150 of something and you remove 100, then yes, you're going to spike the value, or you should spike the value of that commodity or that item, whatever it is, right? But yeah, for there to be 5,500 and one person removes 100, it shouldn't have a 300% boost the price by 300%. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't make sense in my brain. I still don't get it. A lot of other people don't get it either.
It's because everyone wants their whole set. Like I said, if you're late to the party, you missed the first couple of cards, you can't get those things there because you're limited to that many. Most people bought the set to keep the set.
Yeah.
So it's the people that went, oh, I missed the Mookie. I'll pick it up later because I know there's a couple cards I've missed, and I went, oh, I'll pay above retail price, so I eventually finish my set. And this guy's went, you know what? I've just picked all those up, and now I've set the price on those because.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. He hasn't picked all of them up. He's picked up 100 out of 5,500. Like, so there's still plenty to go around. And if you're wanting to fill a set, unless you've got this burning desire where you have to fill the set by the end of this week, then yeah, you're going to end up paying like $100 for a Pardee base card. But if you wait 6 months when all this ridiculousness blows over, like, you'll be able to pick it up for $5 again. So don't worry about it.
People don't like to wait. The FOMO just kicks in.
The numbers just don't make sense. That's the whole part of it I don't understand. Like if it was, they say, if you had 150 and you removed 100, then absolutely that's going to rocket. That should, by all accounts, rocket the price of that item. But not when there's like 5,000-6,000 and you only remove 100 of them. You know what I mean? It shouldn't have that. It shouldn't have that amount of input. It's kind of funny. It speaks more for, like you say, maybe for FOMO or the reactionary nature of the market than it does for anything else. Because, you know, as a social experiment, maybe or as a protest statement or something, whatever, I don't get it. From a cold numbers perspective, it just doesn't make any sense to me at all.
Yeah,
and this one's even more egregious because he's punching out punching out the face from the card, which I find worse than punching out the little bat, Mookie bats. Yeah, I mean that was kind of cool. Yeah, but just to punch the face out of this card, it's like, right, okay. So that's annoyed me even more. I'm over this story already. I'm sure you can probably tell. I'm quite looking forward to when this story goes away. But for the meantime, it's making excellent fodder on Twitter. People are certainly rattling their pearls like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah. So it's interesting because the last card I know that's been shipped out is 901. We've got 35 more cards to go. You know, I think
I still can't believe they're shipping cards. Jeez.
Yeah, I know. It just happened. Like, you know, the base is more important than getting these cards out there. And so once these cards get out, people will figure it out, and then we'll hear about Project 100 whenever that gets announced.
Somebody did a pretty good April Fool's tweet. It was like, oh, it's been leaked that Topps are doing like Project Now or something like that, and they go into quite a bit of detail about this fake project, and people were replying to the Twitter thread and going mental about it. And it's like, it's the 1st of April, you half wits, come on. Like, be smarter than that. But it was really funny. The guy did a pretty good job of it.
Oh well, yeah, they got me, so I can't say much about it.
I just don't believe anything that appears on social media on the 1st of April. Yeah, so well, let's see where it goes next. How's the price of your Dave Parker looking? Price of your Dave Parker 101.
Well, yeah, it's about 35 pounds like there. So I'm kind of hoping that it's not going to happen. I think the Cal Ripken's the next. I think it goes Mookie, Vlad, Cal Ripken, and then the Dave Parker. So
really,
wow. And so if he would do it to the Fernando Tatis cards, I'd be really happy. It's not going to happen, but it's interesting to see. It's fun to watch. I mean, this just reminds me of Project 2020 and Memorial Day weekend when everyone was overpaying for stuff, including myself. So I'm quite happy to sit this one back. I bought a party set, so this is just a bit of fun for me.
Yeah. It's interesting. Like I still don't get it. I'm not. Let's not continue to wring this cloth of my misunderstanding. But yeah, let's see where it goes next. It'd be interesting to see if anybody rips us off and starts copying it, and maybe does it with something else. Like, I can't understand why you would, but And be all these people with Action Bronson sets are going to start punching holes in their cards and stuff. I wonder how much I can pick up Action Bronson cards for these days. How's the negotiation going for the 1-of-1? I know you tracked down the 1-of-1 Pardee Dave Parker card.
So the guy wants $5,000 for it, cash.
Yikes.
Yep. So I'm gonna put Glenn comment on here. But yeah, he wants cash for it, and apparently there are other people there. So, and somehow if I come up with $5,000, just pocket change, sticking around, he will come and meet me in July at the National, and we can exchange it then. So.
Oh really? Wow.
Yeah, he said he'd fly up. He's based in Atlanta there, so I haven't checked in to see if he still has it or not. I think 5,000 is probably a bit much for the card, but who knows? It might happen.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what any of the other 1-of-1s have gone for, like especially Pardee ones.
Gosh, what was it? Was it the Kuna went off the bat? No, it was the Ermsey Tatis that went for $10,000. But I'll have to go and check the prices on the 1-of-1s. So, but I do like Glenn's comment of trying to put in the bike spokes. Let's see if he does that next.
That might be a bit more creative than punching holes in it. Oh, do you see which one was it? The one, was it the Vlad 1-of-1 that appeared in one of the groups over the weekend?
No, it was Mookie Betts.
It's the Mookie Betts 1-of-1, yeah.
Yes.
Some guy posted it and was like, oh, and then everyone went mental, like, this guy's going to pay you like $1 million. Like, put it on eBay for $1 million and this guy will send you like a ton of cards. And the dude was like, what the fuck is this?
To be fair, he came back from holiday he was away for 2 weeks and came back and found the cards.
Is that right? Is that what it was?
Okay. So he had no idea. I'm assuming it must have been a nice holiday. He was away from his phone, didn't check anything. And all of a sudden, like, what's happened the last 2 weeks? Oh my gosh, Mookie Betts has gone to the moon.
Yeah, why is this guy punching holes in the cards? Yeah, interesting. Yeah, so that was the deal that this gentleman on Twitter had come out with was whoever lands the 1-of-1, if they list it on eBay for $1 million after 3 months. What was it, right? You'll remember the breakdown, I'm sure.
3 months you got a foil. After 6 months you got an AP, and after I can't remember what after a year or something like that is. Oh man.
Yeah, it's like the artist auto or a gold artist auto or something like that, and
you're gonna make me
a whole bunch of other things. And yeah, I thought you'd know off the top of your head. I've rather caught you.
No, I didn't. I mean, it's been going on for so long now that I haven't paid much attention to it. Other than anytime you post anything about Pardee, he comments about it. So.
Yeah, it just flattens my phone battery. See all the tags coming with this dude. Jeez. Oh well, don't worry about looking it up. I'm sure we'll be talking about it again next week. So we'll circle back to. Yeah, well, jeez, come on. Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's going to go away. So we'll move on. We'll move on from it for the meantime. And move on indeed to the wonderful world of NFTs, which we've not really had any interesting news about until I think a week or so ago, where Fanatics, of course, made an announcement about the first MLB release for 2022 for NFTs. But unfortunately, it's going to be happening on the Candy platform, which Jason and I found out to our not expense, because we didn't fork over any money, but we were excited by the MLB's version of Top Shot, which is what the Candy platform is pushing. So it's NFT'd video highlights essentially, so not just digital representations of the physical cards. It's the actual, it's the plays, the moments, the memories. I think that's how they're promoting it. Something words to that effect, certainly. But sadly, the Candy digital platform is still in a limited beta, and it's only available to people with a US bank account. One good thing to say about that is at least they're upfront enough to say, well, no, we can only deal with people in the US at the moment now, for whatever reason that is, either regulatory or technical limitations. I'm not really too sure. I doubt it's technical limitations just because of the money and the budget that that Fanatics can throw at these things if they really want to. So they're one step ahead of Avalanche, which is where the last round of Topps NFTs came from, because although you could buy in to the Avalanche platform from anywhere by buying the AVX token, essentially is what you were buying. You could do that from anywhere with any kind of credit card. If you have funds in there, the only way to get your funds out is to a US bank account. So it's kind of left a lot of international NFT collectors like myself either holding packs that there's no point in us opening, or holding NFTs that there's no point in selling because we can't get the money out of them unless we sell them on a third-party marketplace. So that's rather inconvenient. So whilst it's annoying that we can't yet get access to Candy and the digital video NFTs, like I say, at least they've been upfront enough to stop you getting involved if you can't then get a way to get your money out, because the Avalanche thing to a certain extent feels like a bit of a long con, because we've all, not all of us, but those of us who are involved in it, who bought into it, have essentially got money tied up in that platform that we don't have any way to get out, which is not what decentralized cryptocurrency is supposed to be about. It's supposed to be the complete opposite of that. It's supposed to be easy and manageable and tradable and trackable, all that kind of stuff. But Topps and Avalanche have kind of screwed the pooch a little bit. So yeah, it's a pity. It's a pity we can't get access to the Candy NFTs. I think they'd be pretty cool. But at least we're not getting painted into a corner with it either.
I mean, it's a shame. We get the emails, and I look at them and go, that's really cool. Oh, yeah, that's right. It's Candy. Wow.
It's Candy, yeah.
You can't get anything about that yet. So one of these days, Topps actually return our emails and not just have let us know what's going on. But unfortunately, they are just ignoring us. So.
Oh, damn. They start tomorrow. Look at that.
Yeah, exactly. And they look cool.
I know, they do look cool. It sucks. Lead-off series packs will be available beginning Tuesday, April 12th at 12 p.m. Eastern. So set your alarms, 5 p.m. tomorrow at mlb.candy.com. Each pack will cost $50 and contain 5-player NFTs. These packs will be released on the following drop dates: April 12th, April 19th, May 3rd, May 10th, May 24th, May 31st, June 14th, and June 21st. There you go. And Candy also do a daily Play of the Day NFT as well.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. I just wish it was available to us. So
yeah,
we need to all pitch in for one US bank account and just go that way.
I don't know, bank account, social security number. I don't know what else we need, but
I'm good for that.
Then you pay tax on your proceeds and stuff like that. Was it an 1144 form or something? I can't remember.
They can try to collect all those taxes from me. They've been trying to collect for the last 20 years. So
I'm just really quickly checking to see if it's still only available to US people. Accounts? No. Yeah, let's try that.
We'll try it out. But yeah, it's unfortunate. I think even the Play of the Day, I think it's a cool thing. I would definitely. It's kind of like Topps now for NFTs.
Yeah.
So like I said, I would absolutely buy some if I could.
Yeah, I think I would. Well, even at $50, that's not. I mean, it's the same price as like buying 5 Topps Now physical cards is to get a pack of 5 NFTs. So it's not like it's any more expensive than buying Topps Now cards. So yeah, a real shame. Obviously, we hope that it takes off and that it's a success, and then hopefully they get around whatever issues stop them dealing with people outside of the US. Like I say, I suspect it's regulatory issues more than anything else. So.
Yeah, most likely. I think you'd find a lot of guys claiming UK bank accounts so they don't have to declare their income.
Yeah. Well, we have these laws about these interesting laws in the UK about what constitutes gambling and what doesn't. It was a real hot button topic with FIFA, the FIFA video game, like maybe 2-3 years ago, where you're opening packs, funnily enough, just opening packs to get player cards. And because it was like a random outcome under the UK's gambling legislation, because it's a random outcome, it counts as gambling. So it has to be regulated and only made available to over 18s. So yeah, it isn't. It isn't. It's sort of on that line, and there's always. I don't think they've ever got to like a proper resolution about, is it gambling? I mean, obviously they haven't, because it mustn't be, because you can still, you still get packs in FIFA, and you still get loot crates, and what's that? I can't remember the other game that was at the forefront of this with its loot boxes, but yeah, certainly that's where it's kind of come from. It's the video game industry, these microtransactions, and buying packs of cards to improve your team and stuff like that. That was what brought it to certainly the eyes of the European legislators, but with Brexit and whatever else, I don't know how that's affected it. I think we still follow the EU legislation for that. So
okay.
I imagine that's a rather sticky one to get around, but hopefully we'll see it opening up, because, like you say, they look pretty cool.
Yeah.
So more digital goodness then. Go on. Sorry.
No, I was definitely buy a pack. Just to have one.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Have you opened your Top Shot yet?
Nope.
No, I haven't opened mine either.
No. I'm waiting until we can actually trade them. There was a bit of a chat on Twitter about it, saying what really is the point, because if you're not heavily involved and buying the big packs, you can't trade. And for the casual investor / player, there's almost a 0 point for it. So they're kind of at a real impasse on where to go next with it. So until I can trade or sell my pack, I don't really see the point.
Yeah, it does feel like the buzz has kind of dropped off of that a little bit. NFL launched theirs as well, NFL All Day, I believe it's called, which I think we very briefly touched on towards the end of season 1. But again, I haven't felt much, I've not gone looking for the hype, if I'm perfectly honest, but I haven't felt much hype. I mean, Top Shot was massive when it came out, because that seemed to reach everywhere. But I suppose when you're the first people to do something, you're always going to get that. People were like, "Oh, why is it why am I buying a video clip? It doesn't make any sense." And that's what sparked that whole debate and that whole conversation. So just make something cool and make it available to us, and we'd be happy.
Exactly. I just want to casually buy stuff. I'm not looking to be the world's biggest NFT collector.
No, definitely not. No, yeah, make it accessible as well. Exactly. Yeah, all the same problems we're having in the physical card space. Make it affordable, make it cool, and make it available, and everyone will be happy. Yeah. Anyway, talking of things that make us happy, what a segue that was. That was beautiful.
Oh, that was a good one.
Like that. Yeah. Topps Bunt. Here we go. So here is something that's digital, and it's available, and it's available to everybody.
And priced right.
And priced right, because it's free.
It's free. So Friday, they finally dropped some cards that were free, or you can use your coins for, either way. And they dropped opening day. And I don't know about you, Graham, but I'm absolutely loving it. I can't get enough of that. I think I spent the weekend draining the battery of my phone a couple times a day running through the because you still have the crafting event, and you can still go get the cards for that. But it's like your opening day. You've got your mascots, which I'm really enjoying, which is one of the subsets there. You've got the luck of the Irish ones, which I thought was really random, but okay.
That is random, yeah.
So it's basically any team that had St. Patty's Day jerseys on that there, and it seemed to have gone that way. So there's only like 18 cards in that set, which seems kind of random. I think every team pretty much does a St. Patty's Day.
But something, right? Yeah, I don't think the Yankees do, because they're too po-faced for all that nonsense. But
that's true. So so most teams do something like that. And then when you work your way there is a subset of 20 autograph cards that were rare. Once you've gone through jump through other hoops, and it's been a lot of fun there. Again, I don't understand why 20 cards. Why not give each team one card? It doesn't make any sense to me.
It's a random amount. Yeah, I don't know what the checklist is in physical Topps opening day. Maybe it mirrors that, because opening day physical is obviously a very it's pitched predominantly at kids, because it's very cheap in the UK right now. It's £35 a box from Topps UK, and that is when we started off the show talking about $500 boxes of cards. Topps opening day, you get a ton of packs to open. Everyone loves sitting ripping packs, unless you're me and you're doing a break of it. But you get like 36 packs, I think, or 38 packs of 7 cards. So you get a ton of cards. So yeah, it's a fun rip. It's a fun rip to physically open. I must confess, I haven't opened any yet in Bunt. I've sort of been doing the crafting. I kind of dip in and out of it. I'm back to mainly focusing on just completing the daily missions, making sure I get my daily ticket. I think I'm approaching 7 million coins at the moment, which is fine. I know, right? It's nuts. It's not like I'm ever going to get anything for these things. So yeah.
You're gonna drop a million on Inception.
Maybe. Yeah, it's kind of fun, but yeah, I've not gone big on any of the boxed sets yet. But I might, yeah. A time will come where something will come out, and I'll be like, yes, let's do it. Let's burn through like a couple of million coins to try and build this set out. But I did Flashiest Feet. I got the Flashiest Feet base set completed before the event ran out. I got half of the autograph cards before the event finished, but didn't manage to get the rest. But I'll probably circle back and try and fill that set at some point. They are doing a series 2 of Flashiest Feet as well, so I'm looking forward to that coming out. That'd be pretty cool. And of course, with baseball being back, we've got the return of the daily contest in Topps Bunt as well, but with a slight twist this year, or certainly initially.
So yes. So usually you had your chance to do your best of bunt, and depending on how you did, you got so many tickets that way. So this year they've opened up an opening day contest where you actually can win some diamonds. So if you're actually, I put Richie's comment up here. That just threw me off. I wasn't expecting that one at all. So,
yeah. So Rich is saying that Flashiest Feet is the worst insert card in history. So yeah, I think as I mentioned last week, it's also a physical insert set in Topps 2022 Topps Series 1. I think it's great. I think it's hilarious. I think it's brilliant. So yeah, I love the cards in person, and they're pretty fun to collect on Bunt as well. But there you go. It's like Inception. Maybe it's my taste. Maybe I'm just odd. I don't understand this dude punching holes in cards. I like the Flashy Feet insert set. Like, I don't mind Inception this year. Maybe it's just me being awkward. Maybe that's what it is.
Some things that appeal to you. I can get it. I looked at the cards; they're cool. I just
they're cool.
Spend the money on them. So, I think it's cool that MLB players are going to show off a bit of their personality and have those on there. So I was going through Twitter before we started there, and the Nationals wore their City Connect jerseys, which I hate, and Juan Soto had his little Juan Soto slide thing on the back of his shoe to go with that.
Oh, no way. That's pretty cool.
I was like, that's actually pretty cool. As much as they hate their jerseys, I thought, be able to customize your shoes so you get your little swagger thing on there. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. It's pretty, when you compare it to like the NFL where dudes are getting fined for wearing spangly cleats for like, cancer awareness and stuff like that. It's different. It's certainly better. The NFL is a bit far more stringent when it comes to the uniform must be the uniform. At least, these guys get to express themselves a little bit, even if it is just on their shoes. But yeah, it's kind of good.
So they have this is an open day contest. You can win some diamonds. It's not a whole lot of diamonds, so unless you're one of those guys that really enjoys those daily contests, you can do up to 3 changes a day or set your lineup 3 times there. I looked at it. I put a lineup at once and went, "Yep, I'm good," because I unless you're spending money and you have those multiplier cards, there's really not a point. You're not going to win those. Yeah. So
I was exactly the same all through the season last year with some of the best of bunt or the whole. I can't remember what they were called. I can't remember what they were all called.
Best of bunt,
Best of bunt and the like daily rundown and stuff as well. Like where you could make like unlimited changes to your team like through the week and stuff like that. It's like, bro, I ain't got time for that. Like I'd set it once and I would pick the first cards that appeared. I'd have it sorted by multiplier and just pick the ones with the highest multiplier. So I basically fielded the same team every week and just hoovered up the tickets. That's all I did. And then crafted the tickets into the rainbow, whatever they were, the rainbow foil. I think. Yeah, that's all I did. That's all, and that's probably all I'll do again with it this year.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm in enough fantasy leagues without having to do a bunt one as well.
I mean, it was fun to try because again, we started this a year ago and went, all right, well, let's see how it is there. And I think it was okay, let's try to do and score as high as you can. But as soon as you realize there was multipliers that went behind, 2.2. I went, oh gosh,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Player 4, where did that come from? How do I get those cards? I'm not that into it, but there are people that they spend their time and money, and I mean, there are guys that spend $1,000 on Bunt each month.
Yeah, I mean that's fine, fair play. And I guess the good thing about it was, in the majority of the daily contest, you were limited to like 2.2 as your maximum multiplier. I mean, there were ones that were unlimited, and you could have as high a multiplier on it as you wanted, but there was always at least one or two of the competitions that were like 2x is your maximum multiplier in this game. So it was accessible to everyone, and you weren't just getting nothing because, like you say, the super platinum VIPs were dropping their times 20 like mega iconics, whatever the hell they call them, legendaries.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's good. At least they keep it accessible, and the big dogs can go be big dogs, and us peasants we can
save our coins over a year.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we can sit with 7 million coins and play 9 DJ LeMahieu cards and just see what happens, right?
So it'll be interesting because I don't know if you remember or not. Towards the end of the year, they had a fire section there. So if your guy had been heating up that week, the multiplier increased. And so you had guys that had the 2.0 that weren't accessible because they were actually on fire and had gone up that way. So I really didn't like that part of it. Like I said, the 2.0 made it accessible to everyone. All of a sudden, I have to look at guys that are at 1.7 that might be all right. I was like, oh, we'll see. So.
It did make that did make picking the team a lot easier as well when they had to like, oh yeah, look at this, he's on 2.63 today. Brilliant.
He's doing well. So
he's doing well until you realize you're playing guys who are like using like ×5, ×7 multipliers and that. Okay.
That's right. But at least we'll get tickets back. We'll see what the craft. No one knows probably. I think it ends Friday, so we'll know Friday what's going down with there, and we'll continue with our Bunt. Still enjoying it. That's like the only thing I play on my phone right now.
Yeah, I'm still loving it as well. Yeah, I'm doing still doing Bunt, still doing Star Wars, still doing the Disney one. I quite like the Disney one. And I'm doing a couple of Panini online digital things as well. But yeah, those are the only games that I religiously go back to on my phone. And I do have quite a few games on my phone, Angry Birds and whatever else. But yeah, it's only really Bunt that I go back to all the time. And this is about the longest I think I've ever stuck at a game as well. Like I said, we've been playing it for well over a year now.
Well over a year.
And like day in, day out, multiple times a day, like on the app. So it's quite amazing how well it's managed to hold my attention. I tend to burn hot and bright with these things, and then just sort of be like super addicted to it for a very short period of time, and then I'll lose interest after like maybe 2 or 3 months. So yeah, the fact that I've been rolling through this for over a year now and still enjoying it and still finding new and enjoyable things in it, I think is a testament to how good the app is.
Yeah, I agree that they've done it well. Like we mentioned Star Wars, I got heavily into Star Wars because I was waiting for something to drop on Bunt, and I've been enjoying that there. So it's been fun. It's been a bit like crack. But the same thing, the crafting's gotten old. All right, I gotta sit for 10 minutes and wait for it to craft, or I gotta wait an hour for the mystery box to drop so I get to that point again.
Yeah, so you can get to the next level in the event, right?
Yeah. So, but it's good. It's a lot of fun.
Just watch a commercial, man. Come on, you'll get one for free.
I did thought. Well, no, not for a mystery.
Not for a mystery box. No, sorry, for wheel spins you do. Yeah,
wheel spins. Stuff. Yeah. I did think I wondered if I actually like changed the time zone an hour, if that would work or not.
Oh my god, that's yeah. Hey, it might. That's an idea.
there are people that do that, so that's where I got the idea of it, and I was just like, I hit the button by accident, and my mystery box is gone. And went, oh crap, that was coming up. Now I have to wait an hour.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, do I change that? I was like, no, that's a line I don't want to cross.
Well, we'll know by next Monday what's happening with the events then, if Best of Bunt is rotating out this week. So yeah, that'll be interesting to see. But yeah, Bunt, like when I first started it and when we first started talking about it, I thought, yeah, like we'll maybe last like 2 or 3 months and then we'll run out of things to say about it and whatever else. But it has provided regular like content for us all the way through each of our shows. It's great. It's become a recurring segment. I'm quite chuffed at that. It's fun, a fun old thing.
Free.
It's free. I know. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, it's because it's free. I mean, I think I've spent 2 or 3 times, but yeah, like I've put very, very little into it. I still get heaps of enjoyment out of it. Yeah, good old Bunt. Let's see what happens over the weekend. So a couple of news stories just to very quickly round out this week's episode, and we will definitely come back to these in future or come back to this next one in future episodes as well. But just at the weekend there on the 8th, so 3 days ago, Friday, venerable UK retailer Dave and Adams, DNA Card World, as I'm sure a lot of people will know them as. That's certainly what they are on their socials, and that's what their website is. They have announced that they are opening a physical store in Europe. It's going to be in the Netherlands, and I'm desperately scanning the article to find the name of the town, Roermond in the Netherlands. Now, I'm not entirely sure where that is, but the Netherlands isn't a frightfully big place, so I'm going to say it's somewhat close to Amsterdam, just because everything, I think, is close to Amsterdam. So this is pretty big. Something we didn't actually cover on the show, and I only noticed it in passing. I haven't dived into it any deeper, but now I feel like I should, because this feels like the second part of it. But one of the distributors, a company called GTS, they've opened a European location now. They're opening, or it's either opened or it's opening, but they're opening up in Dublin. So very close to the UK market, but obviously still with Brexit connotations because it's in the Republic of Ireland. So GTS are one of the largest distributors in the US, and also supply any number of people. Dave and Adams probably amongst others. So that's kind of interesting that GTS have opened in Dublin, and now I guess a couple of months after I saw that, Dave and Adams have announced on Friday that they're going to open a physical card store in Europe. It's pretty big. Their press release goes, Dave and Adams, considered one of the largest sellers of trading cards in the world, has expanded its global footprint with the addition of a European retail store and facility in Roermond, Netherlands. Quote, "We are happy to partner with Panini, Topps, and Upper Deck with this exciting venture for our company," said Adam Martin, Dave and Adams' owner and CEO. "Traditionally, trading cards have not been as popular in European countries as they have been in other parts of the world. We feel that this is mainly due to the fact that supply of hobby products in Europe has been very limited. Our plan is to change that." Along with its corporate headquarters located in Buffalo, New York, Dave and Adams operates several warehouse facilities in Tonawanda, New York, in addition to a one-of-a-kind retail superstore located in Williamsville, New York, and a second retail location in Cooperstown, New York, which is run in partnership with Topps. So there you go. If you're listening to us and you're in the Netherlands and you're interested in joining the team, you can get in touch with Dave and Adams, because they are recruiting in the Netherlands for staff to run this store. Interesting that they call it a retail store and facility, whatever facility means. So I imagine they're going to start doing breaks out there as well. It wouldn't surprise me.
So I looked up where Roermond is. It's closer to Dusseldorf. Like you're actually.
Is it really? Wow.
Yeah, in Cologne. So you're actually in the southeast part of the Netherlands down there. So you can fly into Antwerp and be closer than you would actually be.
That's actually really interesting, because there's a very big NFL card scene in Germany.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that's just what it is. It was cheaper to go Netherlands than say Germany, because I mean, I can't imagine. I'm looking at it's very small on the map. It's not going to do me any good to see it's over here.
It's over there.
But yeah, I mean, I would have thought Amsterdam's, because you would get cards being delivered on the ships, and then you'd want delivered down that way. But I guess it's not that far. But
yeah, it's not that far. Plus, I'm pretty sure Antwerp's got a port. But they wouldn't. Whatever, they can settle their own logistics.
We can drive it in 12 and a half hours, so we can definitely do a road trip.
You could drive it in 12 and a half hours. I would drive it in 14 or 15 hours. It's like, remember, I'm 2.5 hours north of you, man.
So we had a day of driving ahead of us.
I don't know if I'm that desperate for a box of Inception. If I'm honest,
yeah, I'm sure
do a
with the cost of
30-hour round
petrol, it's
trip.
not going to do any good for us.
No, is it? Heck, that's the thing, right? So when it's announced, that it's like, well, you know, it's great. It's great news. It's great news in general for the hobby, because it means, you know, companies of this magnitude are recognizing the fact that the hobby is growing in markets other than US. So that's fantastic. You know, we've heard rumors that National Baseball Card Day is going to be expanded into the UK. Topps UK will be celebrating it this year, and that'll be the first year that they've acknowledged it. So that could be really interesting. So yeah, it's a great thing, predominantly for Europe, because we obviously still have Brexit connotations that have to be applied, regardless of some viewpoints that we've seen this week about Brexit got nothing to do with this. Well, sadly it does. So yeah, so not quite the brilliant news it would have been this time 3 years ago, I guess, before Brexit, where we could ship stuff in and out of the EU with very, very little, if any, roadblocks. It was just 2 or 3 days it was in your pocket. Now it's a bit more complex, and there's extra fees and whatever else to pay and all that kind of stuff. So I mean, it's no worse than importing from the US. The point is, it should be easier than that, and it won't be. So you know, they'll still be competing with themselves, really. You know, they'll be competing with David Adams US, and that could be quite interesting to see how their price lines up in euros versus their price in US, and then ship it in from Europe, or do you ship it in from the US? I mean, EU freight should be cheaper than UK to US freight, so you've got some savings to be made there. But it'll be interesting to see. But yeah, I think I believe plan to open in the summer. I think, well, it doesn't mention it in that press release because I read the whole thing, but I'm pretty sure they said late summer is when they're wanting to open it. So yeah, interested to see how that goes. If nothing else, it'd be a bit of a destination if you were making a trip to the Netherlands for something, or maybe you were going to Germany for an international NFL game or something like that. Maybe you would take a trip over the border to go visit a card shop and make a few purchases. I imagine there's some reasonably big card shows happen in Germany and in continental Europe all throughout the year as well. So you imagine they'll start taking presence at some of those as well. Might even see them at card shows in the UK fairly soon. That'd be interesting. That'd be kind of good as well.
Yeah, it'd be a nice present to have over here. So I mean, obviously we focus on baseball, but you know, you look at, say, you know, the football community in the NFL, it's much larger than that. So
it's way bigger than way bigger, yeah. And of course NBA with Fanatics. I mean, it doesn't matter because it's David. You know, they're an independent retailer, so they stock everybody's stuff. But
yep.
Yeah, NFL and NBA leading the way. Soccer's on the rise. Baseball carries on.
I'm curious if more to get into, say, the soccer market over here and ship stuff back to that way for them. I wonder if that might be the strategic move, knowing that the prices of people are willing to pay.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's certainly. I would say it's probably the biggest market that they could. They would see the biggest change, I think, in soccer based on what they sell in the US compared to what they'll sell at their EU shop. I think you're exactly right there. But yeah, good luck to them. That's what I say.
Yep, hopefully
we see more. Exactly, yeah. It's a professional card shop, not some dude in his garage. Not, you know, it's like a proper retailer is taking a plunge in the EU market, and I think it can only mean good things. So let's hope it succeeds.
Yeah, fingers crossed, and hopefully they'll reach out. We've reached out to them. Hopefully they'll get back to us, and maybe we can get on the show. So
yeah, hopefully that'd be kind of cool. Yeah, fantastic. Well, that's us seen through yet another hour. It's flown by as always. So I think we'll wrap the show up for this week. We did have some other things to talk about, but we can save them for a later day. Some quite interesting topics as well.
Make sure you send those extra flashy feet cards to me so I can pass on to Richie, because I do have his address.
Do you really? That's funny.
I do have Richie's address.
You know so. I've actually still got I think I've still got a Jumbo Hobby box of Series 1 that I was sort of keeping back for myself, and I was going to open it at some point. So yeah, if I hit any of those inserts, and I'll need to send them to Richie.
We'll have that. So Glenn's asked
any use on Card Barrel? Yeah, there is. Yeah. So I pretty much lost all of March to COVID and various other family commitments. So that's why I never got the car barrel thing off the ground. I'm actually hoping to put a post out about it this weekend because most pressingly, I have some holes. I'm trying to build out the Allen and Ginter sets from 2019, 2020, and 2021. Just the base sets, and I'm looking to pick up the singles to fill out those sets, and I need to order those from Car Barrel. So if I'm going to be ordering from Car Barrel, I might as well get everyone else in as well. So yeah, keep an eye out for something either later this week, Glenn, or maybe on the weekend. I almost said tomorrow, but I can't do it tomorrow because I need to make sure the podcast is ready to go. That's got to be my priority on a Tuesday night now. So yeah, later this week, we'll get the Car Barrel thing off and running for an April order.
Cool. You know what? I missed a comment by Richie. Richie said he it should pop up here in a second here. He spent too much money on bunt, so he had to come off it. So I get it. I remember I convinced Richie to get on bunt when we first got on under the bunt thing.
Oh, you're such an enabler.
I am. I like to think of influencer.
No, they're two different things.
Yeah. And he was spending some money on there, and he had some pretty awesome cards on there. So I'm glad to say I've only spent the $5 so far.
The $5, yeah. I think I'm maybe in for like 20 quid or something in like a year. That's not bad.
No, not at all. So although I really do want to go and put maybe 20 quid on each set each week to see what I get.
Really? Wow. Okay.
Each week it'd be kind of fun. I need that job first, or I need to be sponsored to the podcast so we can afford.
I was going to say if you're looking to expense that to the Tea and Talks Media Group, I hate to tell you, but the well is fairly dry.
So I thought it'd be fun to go and again do a live stream on Friday at like 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock at night when the drops happen, and then see what you get on there, which could be fun.
Yeah. I was looking for like a cool way. Any technical experts who are listening to this and know of a good way to like cast your phone to your PC and then stream that through Twitch, let me know, because all the solutions I've found on the internet so far have been terrible. I do have a Mac, and I'm rebuilding a Mac at the moment to see if I can, because the screen sharing between iPhone and Mac is significantly better than it is between iPhone and Windows. So yeah, I'd love to do a bunt live stream one night. I think that'd be pretty awesome.
Actually, I'll talk to you when we're off screen here, because there is something you can do.
Oh, look at you! You! All the ones I found have been awful, just laggy, so laggy that I just couldn't deal with it.
It might be too laggy for you, but yes, the TikTok taught me something.
Oh my god! Okay. Anyway. Right, we shall round it up for this week. So Jason and I can go talk about TikTok.
Yeah, exactly. So Laura's giving us abuse about the pixels. So I tell you, you play bunt for 3 weeks. I'm not gonna say play for a week, but play for 3 weeks, because I said, especially because opening day's out now, so you can kind of jump on this event and tell me you don't enjoy it. Like I said, it is a lot of fun. Especially because when you first start up, you get like 500,000 coins for just signing up, and
just for signing up, you get so many coins. It's great. Yeah.
It's fun. So, like I said, we literally started playing bunt just for an episode, and I cannot get enough of it.
Yeah. It almost was. It was almost a joke where we're like, "Oh, let's do bunt." He's played since 2016. There you go.
All right, you got bored. All right, fair enough.
Yeah, well, that's how we kind of got started on it. It was more just for a joke. It's like, well, let's download it and we can talk about it in a couple of weeks' time. And that was a year ago, and we're still going.
Yeah. So she got 6 years on this and got bored with it. So,
maybe after 6 years, that's understandable.
Fair enough. Yeah. Although saying that, those cards are quite valuable, so you should be throwing.
Yeah, they really are. Yeah. If you've still got your account there, Laura, you could be selling some of those old cards. You'll get you'll get good money for them. Anywho, right, let's round it out for this week then. And yeah, we shall return next week with more Tales of Bunt, because it's by far our favorite topic at the moment. So yeah, until then, this episode will obviously be available as a podcast from this Wednesday, because I'm going to be a good boy and I'm going to do it tomorrow, so it's ready to go. So yeah, definitely available from Wednesday at 9 p.m. UK, wherever you get your podcasts. And yeah, until then.
Yes, and
thank you very much.
We will be live next Monday, even though it's Easter Monday.
We will.
We will be
live.
So.
Absolutely. Yeah, because it's just a normal day for me. I think the kids are back to school, which is odd, but
right.
Absolutely. Yeah, well, we will have our regularly scheduled programming next Monday, 9 p.m. UK. We'll be back live with episode 3 of season 2.
Episode 3, yes. All right. So, all right, guys. It was great. I always love the engagement with you guys. It's a lot of fun, and we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, we'll do. Have a great week, everybody. Take care.